What's up guys, Nax Tech here, and this is just going to be a video on what I don't like about my iPod Touch 5G, or what problems I've had with it more specifically. I'm just going to jump straight into these problems. Number one is the annoying fact that it just doesn't sit on the table properly. You can see it's kind of got some give, and the reason for that is because the camera lens isn't flush to the back, so it gives this annoying kind of, it's not sitting properly on a table, which is really frustrating. Another problem is if you listen carefully, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this on the camera, but if you tap it, you can hear a kind of vibration. And you know, this vibration, I did some Googling, and apparently it's the camera lens focus that's moving around a bit. I mean, it's not a massive issue. I haven't got any massive issues with this, just to say. But you know, you notice it. If you put it down, you might hear it. If you pick it up, you might hear it. So it's just something to note that it can happen. It can be annoying. Even though I really like this screen, it is an absolute fingerprint magnet. I mean, you can't really see here, but in the sunlight outside, you'll just see all your fingerprints all the time. So I end up having to clean it all the time. The iPod Touch 5G's home button here. Now, I've had an iPhone before and it kind of broke, so I don't know if that's a bit of kind of worry that this is going to break. But it doesn't feel completely solid. It feels like there's a bit of movement to it, a bit of give. It might, you know, it feels like it might eventually stop working. I mean, I know that's stupid to say now because it might not, but it just feels like if something is going to break on it, I feel like it could be this home button. Yeah. What else can I say? The camera. We've got a 5 megapixel iSight camera on the back here, which is really good in light, but in low light, it's a bit disappointing. I don't know how well you can see this, but there isn't a lot of detail. There's loads of graining in the low light. It's pretty much unusable in low light unless you really wanted to take the picture. You could take it. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but there is a lot of graining. Outside, it's brilliant. The camera is absolutely brilliant in high light situations. You will not notice. I've shown this video loads of times that I've done it. This is outside in the garden, and let me just skip. It is fantastic in the light, as you can see. Loads of detail, loads of quality, just brilliant. What other issues have I had? Most of the issues I've had aren't really to do with the iPod Touch, but more to do with iOS, you know. We know that it doesn't come with, where is it? The brightness sensor, so you can't have auto brightness. Not a big deal to me. I never use it anyway because it takes more battery. Moving on to the battery life. In my full review, I said it was really good battery life, which I stick by. It is really good battery life. If you're playing a lot of games, it will drain. That's just the way devices are. But in terms of the actual problems I've had with the device, or what I don't like about it, it's not major. There isn't any major problems. I mean, it can feel really, sometimes you can say it might feel a little bit too light, in the fact that I feel like it could slip out my hand at any time. And I feel like if I do drop this, I feel like it will break. I don't feel like there's any kind of durability to it. Other than that though, the build quality is very good. The only worrying thing is that button there, but you never know. Another issue with the iPod Touch 5G that annoys me a lot is I end up having to take this off all the time. I'm always taking it off. It goes here with this little thing that you can kind of push in, and it comes out a little bit, and you put it on, and it sits like that. But I don't know what I mean, it's just annoying. It doesn't feel safe. I mean, all that happens is you kind of do that, and that's it clipped in. You can't push this back down. So it feels like it's a bit unsafe, but you never know, I suppose. But I'm taking it off every time I want to do a review or anything or use it. I find myself taking it off because, again, it doesn't help the situation with it, how it sits. It's just annoying. So every time I'm taking it off. So this, although it looked like quite useful in their demonstration, I find to be pretty much useless. I don't know if you lot will find it useless, but I use it like this and then put this little thing in here. Yeah,